My name is Danielle Stevenson. I'm 14 years old. I'm a sophomore, and I believe in being hopeful.
It's been a while and I've been alone, and you've been the only thing I've known. Born in the South.
I've always thought of myself as an optimistic person, maybe sometimes too optimistic. But of course, I always have those small moments where you get this paralyzing fear almost of maybe it won't work out. Being a teenager is hard. You hope to make your dream a reality and live your life the way you want to, but you feel restrained because it's difficult to achieve and pursue everything that you love. I love to sing, write, I love music, I love reading, I love Chinese food, I love dancing, languages, science, I love to act, I love to spend time with my friends and family, and sometimes I love to be alone, like Emily Dickinson, I guess. But in the midst of trying to keep up with all my passions and interests, I believe that it's incredibly important to be hopeful. I was born in Birmingham, Alabama, and lived there until I was 9. Then I moved to Washington, D.C., stayed there for 2 years, and now I live in Guam, and it's my 3rd year here. My dad was born in Birmingham, and he lived there until he graduated high school. When he was in middle school, it was at the height of the civil rights movement, so it was especially difficult living in the South. My dad desegregated the middle school and high school he went to in Birmingham, so every day he'd have people spit on him and try and tell him that he didn't belong. The story is kind of similar for my mom. She immigrated to the United States when she was 9 from Guyana, a small English-speaking country in South America between Brazil and Venezuela. My mom's father had just died, and moving to America was confusing and intimidating and frightening. But through it all, both my parents overcame all of those negative things by keeping their hope alive. They've taught me to do the same. Even in the most difficult times, hope has been something that's always been a part of me since before I can remember. It's in our blood as humans, our genetics, to wish and dream for something. It rests in your soul, the warm feeling it gives you, incessant, like a song you can't get out of your head. It's a fever that you can't sweat out, coursing through your veins like liquid gold, burning through you and making you passionate about something you love, wanting it more than anything. I think that's why I can relate to this poem so well. I first read this poem in 3rd grade in a book of poems my mom gave to me when I became interested in poetry and writing short stories. The book is filled with hundreds of poems from all over the world, but this one, Hope is the Thing with Feathers, by Emily Dickinson, is one that's stuck with me ever since.
Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings a tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale's heard and stormest through the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity we ask to come.
Throughout my family and throughout my life, hope has always been something that's perched in my soul like a little bird, like Emily Dickinson wrote. This poem of hope has always, even since I was little, seemed to captivate me. The words are true and beautiful and simple and honest, and I think that's why I love and can relate to this poem so much. It speaks to me.